Hey everybody and welcome back. I am venturing out on my own again today. I'm going to meet David up the fen and learn about potato farming. I'll see you there. Welcome back everybody. I'm here with David Leverton and he is a traditional fenland grower. So what is it that you're doing here on the farm?
So we have all the combinable crops, peas, beans, no oilseed rape anymore, sugar beet and potatoes.
Wow, so we've been looking at potatoes, so you're doing a lot more than that. So how do you find all the time for all of this?
Yeah.
It's like mad, but very interesting. So out here, this is really good land that you're on.
So this is skirty fen, so if you don't know, it's organic hill, not hill bottoms, the low bits, silt tops and clay in between, which is very hard or tricky to harvest because you either go too fast or too slow and you bung the machine up really quick.
So it's not what everyone imagines when you're out in the fen, it's really good, but actually it's not that simple.
It's great cereal land if it's drained properly, which we're learning now the hard way because the drainage schemes are coming to the end. 2 miles to our east and it's grade 1 silt and it's the best land in the country.
So you're just
just on the cheap stuff.
So you have to work that little bit harder, wow.
But then, because it's got that clay elements, fertility-wise, it's got more nutrients to give.
Oh,
so
right,
that's
okay. So actually, perhaps you have better produce in the end, just not as easy to achieve.
It can be more challenging, but in its own way easier.
No, that's really cool. And so we've been looking at the potatoes today, and we're going to look at them a bit further. And so how do you, with the potatoes, everything else, how do you run this? Is it a family affair?
Mainly, well, my wife's my backbone and I'm a relatively small crew, so I've got 2 full-time and then we get a couple of casuals to help. My father-in-law, when he wants to, if he's in the country, is marvellous.
Roping everybody to help with the cause. So was it your dad and your granddad before him and that sort of succession?
And I think my granddad was one of 13 or 14.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, when they had big families.
That's a lot.
Couldn't afford to do that now, could you?
No, you could not, definitely not. Wow, so that's nice. So like he worked with all his family, and I suppose they had a lot of children before because they needed the labour as well. Whereas we've got a few more machines nowadays, haven't we? So
and that's how we got the brothers element to Leverton Brothers.
Yeah. When starting kind of from the start, because I've never done potato farming or anything like that. It's very interesting, but it's working out because you're saying it's like a 3-year cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, planting, harvesting, storing, and then
selling.
Yeah, selling. So, kind of roughly, how does that work out?
Well, it gets even more exciting when you're planting and then you're still selling your old crop.
Yeah. So, do you have like buildings to store the crop in while you're
waiting? Yeah, we'll have a look later.
Just like grain. Yeah.
We grow predominantly for chipping.
Yeah.
Because they're a great customer and we sell to merchants, and I think 50% of ours go into Ireland, and luckily they're great consumers.
Yeah.
Good.
So when we say chipping as well, we're meaning like the fish and
chip shops.
Yeah. Which is actually a really big industry because you don't think how much potatoes that we consume, but it's huge, isn't it?
If I was more knowledgeable, I'd quote some numbers, but I don't know. I think every farm years ago grew a few potatoes, and unless you love doing it, you get out because it's not for everybody. It's a lot of work. You've always got a muddy yard. Yes. And you need lots of kit. And now, I mean, that is the scary bit now because everything you buy, there's nothing from the £500,000 and it's
that's a massive
£250,000
thing to have on your back, isn't it?
It's frightening.
I think what most normal people like myself don't realise about the kit is one, the price tag, because you look at something, and actually I was talking about this with the lorry driver that was here earlier. You know, you look at something and you think, oh, maybe £800, and it turns out it's £2 grams worth of kit. Now that's on the small side. We were talking about tyres and things like that because Tom was telling me about, I've got to replace a tyre, and the price of it I couldn't believe. But that's the thing, your kit is ridiculously expensive. I don't think people appreciate how expensive. No. And the fact that everyone thinks it's all bought and paid for, and a lot of the time
that's not
realistic,
paid
is
for.
it? No. And so, you know, that's a big thing with anything, isn't it? You know, not only is it masses of money on kit, it's then finance, which is a monthly pressure.
It's finance management.
Yeah. And I suppose with growing things in the ground, for want of a better word, you've always got big risks of things going wrong.
Potatoes are a living thing, so it's almost like cattle.
Yeah.
Only they haven't actually got heartbeats, but they're still a living thing.
Yeah. And if they don't live,
That's
your livelihood is gone.
That's why I respect people with livestock so much,
Yeah.
because I mean, all that responsibility, they've all got heartbeats. It's just.
I totally agree with you. I suppose they'll go to someone that then will distribute to the chip shops and various different.
Because getting your money in, that's the
Yeah.
next thing. So I sell to good merchants, and it's their problem then.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing as well, is where you sell to is another big thing for you. Because a lot of these things, you're waiting 3 months to get paid and stuff like this.
Yeah,
so that's a
supermarket
massive thing
starts
for you to manage. Because not
Cash
only
flow.
do you have to farm, but you've got to be a business person like you and your wife. You know.
A lot of the people we sold to got beyond 4 weeks, up to 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, and we made a point the other year and we just stopped dealing with them.
Yeah.
And last year was the first delightful year.
Yeah.
Because it's when you've
It's
got.
not acceptable though in any way. Honestly, I used to do a little bit of business or whatever, and people would say, "Oh, we work on a 3-month pay cycle."
Savage.
I say, "Well, I don't work for you then, because you can't go into a supermarket and take something and go and pay you in 3 months. So why do you think you can do that to other people? Yeah, because it just doesn't work, does it?
No.
I mean, I understand why people are doing it, but it's for their benefit, and they can't crush a lot of people with that sort of
It just
thing.
puts pressure on all the businesses around you.
Yeah, it's not really fair business, is it?
No.
In real terms, and I think unless people do say you're not doing
But
it,
your
you're
exposure goes up and up and up. You've got to manage your exposure best as you can, and
I mean,
4
it
weeks
leaves
is.
you really open.
Mm.
Like, to be honest, you're not paying instantly.
You
You've got things to pay for. Because, I mean, the most people wait for their wages is a month, and most people can't, normal people can't wait till the end of the month to get paid. So if that, that's reflects in everybody, whether you're getting paid by someone or you're doing what you're doing, that's a long time to wait to get paid,
Yeah.
And I think most people can relate to that, because when it gets to payday, everyone's struggling, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's the same concept.
Look, it's cash flow management now is so
Yeah.
important.
And I mean, you need people to help to be able to do the job, and they've got to be paid. They've got families that need to feed them.
Yeah, we still get told if we're not paying our stuff.
Yeah. And you can't send them home with a bag of potatoes and hope they'll
No.
be okay for a bit, can you?
I think years ago I had a neighbour, and he used to give one of his landlords in London. He used to go on the train and take 2 pheasants down,
Yeah.
and that was his rent for the field. But
Yeah.
I think those days are.
No, I think those days are gone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Favours and things. But,
I could suggest that and see what they say.
okay, maybe when we go through, we should ask. Does anyone want to be paid in potatoes? I mean, I'd do you a couple of hours to take home some potatoes now. But no, yeah, cool. I think probably, shall we go and have a look at some stuff? So this is coming in. It's being weighed in on the weighbridge here. And then it'll get loaded, reverse back onto the weighbridge, and go out again. So matey's just going to pull forward. And so he's going to be ready to load. Just move my car because I accidentally parked in front of this. David's just picking that up. We've got someone on the forklift bringing the crates over, and we're going to tip the crates in. That's that bit of kit for lifting the pallets. Look, looks very cool. So these are the potatoes David's putting in. Don't they look lovely? And so the forklift brings the crates out of the shed. He then gets the crates with the kramer, and he's got this special tipping tool. So he's just loading up an empty one, and I'll show you the tip in a minute. But it actually rotates the crate into here, and then we're just watching at the top here for where he needs to load it, basically, and making sure none of it goes over this sheet. So here comes Dave.
Lots.
Yeah. So he's just checking where there's room, and this is the tipper. So he's plugged it all in. He's going to tip it over the potatoes. Cool. There we go. Amazing bit of kit. So this is the loading of the lorry I wanted to show you. I've sped it up a bit, but you wouldn't believe the efficiency of this. And I think it's about 25 to 30 crates that they get in here.
And yeah, so it's all just loaded, tipped into here and taken off to where it's going next, really. And then in the bottom of the lorry is a conveyor to get it back.
So I'm just about to take over from David to tip the first potato pallet. Got a marker over there. So we've got forward and reverse, up and down.
Yeah.
What's a boom on?
Oh, so boom is that one, which I
okay.
still can't get used to after a year.
Yeah, this is
And
different.
just at the back, there's that's the twister one, and I've piped it back to front to make it even more interesting.
Okay, so I just moved it one way or the other to make it go over then, don't I?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're going to be moving that way to go over that way. Is that what?
So just wobble it a bit now. It's very touch sensitive. So just go a little bit and it'll go a
and
bit.
I'm going over that way
Yes.
with it, aren't I? I'm going in between those two.
Between the yellow dot things.
Yeah, he's put a little line on there for me.
Okay, take your time,
Should
you'll
we
be
do
alright.
this? Yeah, because usually we use that to go forward.
I still miss that.
Yeah, very strange, isn't it? Very strange. So, I will go.
The worst thing with having on there is when you're trying to do the 3 different things, you get in a tiz.
Yeah. So literally, that's going to take you forward.
Yes, there's no hand. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
The hand. Put your foot on the brake,
Yeah.
and then orange forward,
And then let go.
and then let go of the brake, and you'll see the park light goes off the dash. And then more revs you give it, more it'll go. So it's in forward on there.
Yeah.
So because
Now
it's a
I-
hydrostat transmission, so it's very touch sensitive as well. Much like Tom.
This is like, this is nothing like that. It's lovely in there, isn't it?
The rear camera, when you go reverse,
That will pop up on there.
and that is marvellous.
This is fantastic. Let's give this a go. I'm so nervous.
It's worse than everybody watching you as well.
Just thought I better actually film myself.
So just shove the boom out a bit, and then it'll give you it'll get it away from you a bit. Nice.
Because, of the weight.
That's it. Just a little. Just there's perfect. And then just go nice and slow. Just a bit slower. That's it. That's lovely.
This is so
Considering Emily's doing that under pressure, she's doing very well. It's so hard when there's people watching. Sweet. I don't think she spilled one then. That's awesome. Yeah.
wow.
Not bad, not bad.
Not
Oh, I'm still a beginner.
I'm like, I definitely shouldn't be loading the lorry for you yet. But
No,
what
you
an
did very
amazing
well.
bit of kit,
I think you need to do another one.
Really? I think I happily will. But I just don't want to hold you guys up when you.
No, don't worry.
But yeah, I mean, do you want me to do another one?
Yeah, welcome. Just drop the box somewhere easy, probably over there.
I'll put it next to
Yeah.
that one. So actually, that's the point. When I drop the box, I have to rock it forward.
Just flat. Just
And
like
it
you're
will just
taking a
come
pallet
off.
off.
Okay. I'm gonna shut this because I
Okay.
left it open.
Pictures are natural. If you look at the top bar, that gives you a sort of time perspective. So just set that flat and you know you'll be about right.
Do you tilt it down?
Yeah, you want to be a bit down now. Oh, just like with the JCB.
Yes.
But it's so sensitive, isn't it?
Yeah, really sensitive, but amazing machine. It's actually good in the JCB.
Yeah, just a little bit more forward on the tines. Bit more. That'll get you.
Right, let's take this bad boy out.
Yeah.
Going. I thought I was losing it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Keep going all the way.
I spill lots more when nobody's looking. Perfect. What is scary when you load it inside van, it's got a lorry cab or something and it's really precious to the drivers. Oh, that's scary. Was that one of the best moments of your life?
Actually, yes. Sadly, yes. Seriously. It's such a good bit of kit. I love this. And this is very weird, the controls, but actually, when you actually get where it becomes second nature, and it's really good. It's lovely. This turning thing is an amazing bit of kit, isn't it?
A lot of people have them for logs now as well.
Yeah, it's genius. And the guy is so good in the lorry, how he directs you where to put it as well. It's really, absolutely fantastic. Amazing how much you fit in there as well. But I suppose that's like...
That is really deep. I think it's actually about 1.5 foot higher than the traditionally used to be.
Yeah, and I didn't realise that, because when you see him driving behind the road, I didn't realise it had the conveyor in it.
Oh, yes.
Around, which of course it must have something, but you don't, until you actually go and physically look at it, you just don't even think about it, do you?
There always used to be one rolled over at Colesworth Roundabout, normally one a week traditionally, in the years ago, yes.
JCB have got a bit of competition. Not only is this a fantastic machine, but it's got this. So that automatically greases everything up, doesn't it?
Yes.
Amazing.
And even the hubs.
Yeah. Just like, what an amazing bit of kit.
So that's all for part one today, because I've been sat at home editing for like ages, because there was just so much to this place, and really this was just like a taster. And then I'll be going back to see David as well, because we're going to do a few more things, but I've had to break this down into 2 parts. So this is part 1 for tonight. I hope you really enjoy it, and then tomorrow I'll put out part 2 as well, and then we'll follow on, I think in April, and then again in October with David, so we can really see that full process of the potatoes and learn about it, because it's very interesting. And this is just a little bit of his farm in some ways, because like we were saying at the start of the video, he does other things too, which I like, where does he find the time? But yeah, no, it's amazing day, super interesting. Hope you like part 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for part 2. Thanks so much. Bye.